Welcome back. As we mentioned just a little earlier, Governor Greg Abbott is now banning vaccine mandates.
So let's talk about the legalities of this newest order with Professor Josh Blackman from South Texas College of Law. He joins us live. Hey, Josh, let's start off with, can you just explain who the order impacts? What kind of companies can still require its employees to get a vaccine or they might lose their job?
The order affects primarily government agencies, but it also affects businesses and organizations that receive state funding. If you get taxpayer money, you cannot have a vaccine mandate. It does not apply to nursing homes and care facilities. They are expressly exempted.
All right, let's talk about concerts. We know there are upcoming concerts in Houston where proof of vaccine or even a negative test will be required to get in. Those venues have TABC liquor licenses from the state. Is there a potential legal issue there? Because we're already hearing of venues in the Metroplex who are undergoing problems with this right now.
I think there may be problems. The governor signed a bill recently which said that bars that have liquor licenses cannot request proof of vaccination. And that has nothing to do with the executive order. So I think concert venues that do have liquor licenses may not be able to actually request proof of vaccination. I don't think they can.
Okay, what about, so you said as far as customers at bars and restaurants, they may not have to show it, right, Josh? That's what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay. What about colleges and schools? San Antonio ISD said they had the green light to mandate vaccines for employees after the full FDA approval, but now the governor's ban includes the Pfizer vaccine too. So can schools mandate it?
I think the answer is no, but look what we saw at the masks. Lots of school districts were willing to push the boundaries and sort of test the limits of the government's authority. That issue is still working its way through the courts, but as I read the order, the answer is no, they cannot mandate vaccines.
And I tell you what, one thing that has really just fired up parents on both sides of the fence is the mask mandate. A Dallas County judge says the governor can enforce it and is allowing the mandate to continue locally. Where does the mask issue stand for our districts here in the Houston area?
They're still working with the courts. I'd expected the Texas Supreme Court to rule by now. I was wrong. But until the Texas Supreme Court brings some finality, I think we'll just be the status quo. Well, they have mandates, but they're not supposed to.
Okay. Yes, Judge, you're rarely ever wrong. But yes, I remember you said we might have an answer by this week. They're just really taking their time. All right. The governor has added the issue of vaccine mandates to this special session agenda. So ultimately, you know, is it going to be lawmakers in this special session or another special session who decide whether this is a state or local issue?
Correct. So far, the governor has been relying on his own executive power. He acts by himself. But with the statute, it's on much stronger ground, right? The districts have argued that Abbott doesn't have the power, but once the state legislature enacts these bills, the Dallas and Houston are really on weak ground.
All right, Professor Blackman, thank you for answering these questions one after another. I know we had a lot for you. I hope you'll check back in with us because you know there are going to be more to come.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Josh.